want to thank you for joining me for another episode of the podcast. We're trying something out a little different this time. Got a camera right here, hey everybody, and we also got a camera right here. Just kind of maybe play around with the editing of everything. But I just want to thank you all for joining me for another episode of the Simple Habits, Great Results podcast. And today we're going to talk about the newsletter that I did a couple of weeks ago. Might have been the second or the third newsletter that I did, where I talked about trust me, you won't get bulky. And this was more so designed for women who don't want to lift weights because they feel like, oh my God, I'm just going to get bulky. And it annoys me. Okay, I'm going to be honest with everybody. It really does annoy me to the point where I cringe almost every time I hear it because a lot of women just don't have a clue. And I hate it because for so long they were taught, okay, when you go in the gym, if you're even allowed in the gym, they were told, only lift these little bitty dumbbells. Do your little cute dances, your cute poses, and only do those things because that's the only workout you're allowed to do. And it sucks because women are strong. Some women are, like a lot of women are even stronger than myself. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But they don't because they perceive that as that's not masculine. I mean, that's masculine, it's not feminine. To lift weights and to be strong is it's not what a woman's supposed to do. A woman's supposed to do this, they're supposed to do that, but they're not supposed to be strong. They're supposed to rely on men for the rest of their lives to do any type of heavy lifting. Well, to be honest with you, my wife, oh, she's strong. Like, and in some things, she's actually stronger than me, which I find a very beautiful thing because it's setting her up. It's really setting her up for success later on in life. Because as an EMT, a former EMT, as you all know, I've traveled to a lot of nursing homes. I've traveled to a lot of assisted living places. And the primary gender is women in that nursing home and assisted living. And why? Maybe it's because the guys pass away. A lot of them pass away early. But I venture to say that's mainly because they were incapable of living on their own. They didn't live. They didn't prioritize being stronger because they were told not to. But today I'm here to tell you, please do it. Because not only is it going to set you up for getting toned, which I hate that word too, but it'll also set you up for later in life to where you can live on your own because you have the adequate strength to live on your own. A lot of my clients today, I strongly and highly recommend some form of weightlifting. Whether that's if you want to continue to just do fully Olympic lifting or powerlifting, or if you want to get into CrossFit or F45 or anything like that, or personal trainer that only recommends strength training, it's dreadfully important. It's one of those things that you can't live without. So from that standpoint, I highly recommend any and every woman, please, pretty please, I'm begging you almost, start lifting weights. It won't make you look bulky. Because at the end of the day, and this is the funny thing, like I've been trying to bulk for years. Hasn't worked. Why? Because I don't eat enough food. The amount of food that you need to eat in order to get big and bulky like you think is astronomical. Like I track my wife's calories and my wife's food for her own goals and everything, and we determined that her maintenance level is roughly close to 2,000 calories. She can almost eat 2,000 calories and not gain a single pound. That's because she weight trains. She does running as well, but she does a lot of resistance training, and the body loves muscle. It just continues to feed it. So in order for you to get big and bulky, gosh, I mean, she would have to eat close to 3,000 calories to get that bulky thing that you think when we're talking about weight training. The tone look that you're looking for is going to come from lifting heavier weights. The toned look that you're looking for is going to come from progressive overloading the weights that you're doing, i.e., getting stronger, getting bigger, getting better, getting faster. That's where the tone is going to come from. Again, I hate that word because it's made up. It doesn't exist when it comes to muscle. You're looking to build muscle. And the only way to do that is to resistance train. As far as recommendations, anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week, you should be resistance training. More so 3 because that allows your body to recover. But if you can get it in there and recover properly, goodness gracious, you can do 5 days a week. I know some CrossFit athletes that, goodness gracious, they do it every day. Whether that's squats, whether that's deadlifts, whether that's pressing, whether that's clean and jerks or snatching, they do that kind of stuff every single day because they want to get better. Now, the ones that I know, I mean, they're not necessarily, they're really good, but they're not on that competitive level. They're really strong, they look great, they have great structure, and they're not bulky. They're not, because they don't eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories of food a day, which would be required in order for them to gain weight and be bulky. So don't let this old school way of thinking ruin what your life can be. The more you can do, the better off you are. The stronger you are, the longer you'll live. And the more weights you train, the better you'll look. I don't see any way you can lose when it comes to that. I mean, of course you want to do it safely. But for sure, start incorporating weight training. Walking is not enough. Don't get me wrong, it's a good start. And it's something that you can do and continue to do for sure. And cardio, getting on that elliptical, which I can't stand, but hey, to each his own. I would never tell anybody not to do it. Continue to do that if you like, but also incorporate some type of resistance training too, because that's going to get you a long way. And that's going to make sure that your life is set up when you're 90 to be living on your own, doing what you want to do, still having fun, still enjoying your grandkids and your great-grandkids, still enjoying any and everything that you want to do because you're strong enough to do so. I don't have this problem with most men because men tend to lift weights. But women, this is more so for you. Do not let that old archaic way of thinking set you up for failure. Lift weights, get stronger, build the muscle that you want to build, and get that toneness that you think you want, okay? While staying in some type of calorie deficit or maintenance level of eating, lights out. Your body will transform faster than you even know it. So don't be afraid to lift weights. It's not going to make you bulky. It's going to make you better. All right? That's all I got for you all today. Thank you for joining me for another podcast. Again, we got a couple of different cameras going on here. Unfortunately, because of that, I couldn't get my friend the polar bear, which I found, and the Parasaurolophus in the shot. So we'll figure out a way to get them in the shot later on. But for the most part, hope everybody creates themselves a great day. Ladies, go lift some weights and eat in a maintenance or calorie deficit and watch how fast your body will grow. Peace.